How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. If you are a resident here in Michigan and you have home and auto insurance policies, then this video is for you. One of the most common questions that will come up is around PLPD auto insurance. How much this policy costs, how it compares to standard to regular auto insurance. So in today's video, I want to break this down. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Brian. I'm an independent insurance agent based here in the state of Michigan, Metro Detroit specifically, and I work with businesses on their commercial insurance programs, as well as helping families and individuals with their personal insurance, their home, their auto insurance as well. My goal with this channel is to pass on a little bit of educational information to you so that you can make more informed decisions around your insurance, and then overall, help answer any questions that you might have. So let's get into it. And before we get too far into the video, I do want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. And if you find this video helpful, useful, anything like that, please feel free to like, share, pass it along with anyone else as well. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is PLPD? PLPD stands for personal liability and property damage. In Michigan, it is really the most basic form of auto insurance coverage that you can legally buy to be in compliance with the state. Now, for PLPD, there are two main coverages that I want to focus on. First is going to be your liability coverage. This is what helps protect you if somebody else gets injured, a third party, or you damage their property. An example might be if you're in an accident with somebody else and they sue you. This is what can help with the legal defense costs, and then any potential maybe medical expenses for the other driver, or potential settlements or judgments from the lawsuit. And then the second coverage here in Michigan, it's very important, your personal injury protection coverage, your PIP coverage. This is what helps pay for your own medical expenses after injuries after an auto accident, not your health insurance. So now what does PLPD not include coverage for? Mainly it is going to be the property damage coverage for your own vehicle. PLPD will not include collision or comprehensive coverage. So if you're in an accident, your car gets damaged, or maybe if it's stolen, vandalized, or you hit a deer, you are going to be responsible for those repair costs or even replacing your vehicle out of pocket. This is really going to be the biggest difference between PLPD and what people commonly refer to as quote unquote full coverage. Full coverage isn't necessarily a real insurance term. It's really just what people commonly use to refer to a policy that does include coverage for liability, your PIP coverage, and then also the physical damage coverage for your own vehicle with comprehensive and collision. Now, since you're getting less coverage, why would somebody choose to have PLPD auto insurance? There are certain situations where it makes sense. If you have an older vehicle, or maybe it's just less valuable and you can afford to replace it yourself, or if you're just simply trying to keep your insurance costs as low as possible. This type of policy costs less because the insurance company is not providing coverage for insuring your own vehicle. It's really just providing that liability and medical coverage. Now, one important thing to know with all this is if you do have a loan or a lease on your vehicle, PLPD will typically not be an option. Nearly every lender and leasing company is going to require that you do have collision and comprehensive coverage on your policy. So now what's the cost difference between PLPD auto insurance and standard full coverage auto insurance? In Michigan, PLPD coverage can start anywhere on the low end around $1,200 a year up to $2,500 to $3,000 a year. And this will all depend on your individual specific situation, your age, your driving record, your claims history. These are all things the insurance company will take into account when determining your premium. And then by comparison, a policy that includes collision and comprehensive coverage might start anywhere on the low end from $2,000 a year, on the higher end to $4,000 a year plus. Again, depending on what your specific situation looks like, what type of vehicle you're driving. If it's a newer, more expensive vehicle, it is obviously going to be on the higher end and could be more than $4,000 a year. So with all of this, the trade-off is pretty simple. With PLPD auto insurance, you definitely can save on your premium, but it just puts more financial responsibility on you if you are ever involved in an accident and your vehicle gets damaged. And one last thing is that just because PLPD is a cheaper option, this does not always mean it is the right choice. You really want to understand what you're buying and making sure that your decision actually fits your situation. So thank you for watching. And if you are looking for help with your auto insurance or just insurance in general, I would love the opportunity to work with you and see if our team can help. There are a lot of ways to get a hold of me and they should all be in the description below. Please feel free to text, call, email, fill out a contact form, whatever's easiest. And if you have any other questions about insurance, please feel free to reach out directly or leave them in the comments below. I would love to help answer those as well. So thank you again.